Welcome to Songs from the Source. We are your host band, Seven Seas of the Heart, and we are here hunkered down in our happy hunkering down place, the Boathouse Jazz Cafe. And we are going to share with you an original tune momentarily, but before we do that, we would like to introduce you to the band, Seven Seas of the Heart. We have love, joy, laughter, beauty, ease, play, freedom, and dogs. And I am the mustachioed embodiment of Seven Seas of the Heart band, Mickey Mahan. And we are delighted to have you on board for today's Song from the Source, which is one of our tribute songs. We have a number of them. And this one is a tribute song to the Greenwich Village eccentric icon of the 50s and 60s, Little Joe Gould. Little Joe Gould was a real person, of course, and he claimed to be writing what he called the oral history of the world, and he said that he had compiled or written thousands and thousands and thousands of pages of his oral history in the marble-covered notebooks that you used to buy in dime stores. Little Joe Gould's oral history of the world. Well, Joe Gould passed away, and there were a few notebooks discovered, but the majority of what he claimed to have written remains undiscovered. And so he has become a very, mysterious mystique of a figure from the old Greenwich Village Bohemian days. There's poems written about him by E.E. Cummings, and articles in the New Yorker written about him by Joseph Mitchell, and there's a movie version of him with Stanley Tucci as Joseph Mitchell, and Ian Holm playing Little Joe Gould, and subsequent books also on Joe Gould. So here's our contribution to the Joe Gould treasury, a song that we call Prince of Greenwich Village. Prince of the erstwhile Greenwich Village streets, with no socks that matched and not many teeth. He could hide behind a beard or a stolen hat and observe the world from wherever he sat. Those were the days of bohemian splendor, when dinner came from the pretzel vendor. Poetry and song were in the air. You could live how you liked, nobody cared. Cold water flats were a dime a dozen. Artists shared beds with second and third cousins. Drop in on someone from the night before and stay until the landlord threw you out the door. Little Joe Gould made perpetual rounds, always looking for some place where he could lie down. A persistent need to heat his throbbing feet and to fill his belly with something to eat. His loose-ended life on the street was designed to serve the magnum opus he had in mind. He called his book an oral history, an endless, exhaustive, formless masterpiece. He stuck his scruffy head into the wind to record any and all tall stories that found him on on subways and street corners, buses and bar stools. No life was too small for little Joe Gould. He wrote and he wrote in dime-store notebooks, dreams of the disenfranchised and dramas of small-time crooks, of destinations unreached and hopes grown heavy. His pen was the tongue of the one and the many. How many thousands of pages did he transcribe in spite of the pain in his knees, subsisting on handouts from E. Cummings and an occasional buck of Joseph Mitchell's generosity? Like the hearts and minds that filled his pages, he ended up in a home for the infirmed and the aged. As for the fate of his oral history, it turned out to be a fantasy or a mystery. Those were the days of bohemian splendor, when dinner came from the pretzel vendor. Poetry and song were in the air. You could live how you liked. Nobody cared. Well, there you have our song from the source, our tribute song to the one-time Greenwich Village icon, Little Joe Gould. So that's it for today. We're going to sign off, Seven Seas of the Heart Band. I am the Mickey Mahan, and maybe you'd like to come and join us sometime here at the Boathouse Jazz Cafe. Anytime. We're always here having a good time. Stop by. It's very easy. All you have to do is listen. Put your ear to your heart and listen, and when your listening and your love are inseparable, you have arrived at the Boathouse Jazz Cafe. And we're going to catch you on the salty waves of the seven seas of the heart.